Hello everyone, welcome to Maths with Anigraha. In today's video, we will be learning about histograms. So, histograms is an interesting topic because it's all about learning one equation. Of course, it's a bit harder than that, but the starting point of this topic is learning that one equation. And that equation is frequency density. Frequency density is equal to frequency divided by class width. So if I were you, I would copy this equation down because this is one of the most important. So the way you would use this equation and the way in all of these three words mean, we will go through in the next question. So let's move along here. So usually the histogram questions would be in this format. They would give something in a range and they will give you a frequency. So if you write down the equation first, so frequency density is equal to frequency over class width. So what is frequency? I think it's quite straightforward. You understand because it's under the column frequency. And for for class width, it's slightly different. So class width is the difference of this range they provided. So I would do something like along the lines of 65 minus 60, which is 5, then 70 minus 65, which is 5. So you get the idea, right? So the next one, it will be 10, and the one after would be 20. So now you have the class width. So your next step would be to figure out the frequency density. So frequency density is frequency divided by class width. So in the first case, you will do 15 divided by 5, which is 3. Next one is 25 divided by 5, which is 5. The one after is 36 divided by 10, which is 3.6. And finally 24 divided by 20, which is 1.2. So this is the basic of a frequency density graph question. So you always first write down the equation, then you work out the class width, and after that you work out the frequency density. So to make it a bit easier, I'm going to number the steps: the equation, class width, and then frequency density. So this is the three main steps of drawing a histogram. So now that you have the basic values, it is pretty straightforward from there. So you move along to the graph. Just going to make a bit smaller to make it easier. So they have given the y-axis blank because that is supposed to be the frequency density. So as you draw any kind of graph, I will kind of estimate how you're going to draw this. The lowest value is 1.2. The highest value is 5. So you want something along the lines of yeah, I think that fits. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, which is perfect. So now you will draw these. So the x-axis, which is here, the x-axis of speed would be the speed they're given here, and the y-axis of frequency density is the one you just calculated. Always remember the y-axis would always be frequency density for a histogram. So let's just quickly draw that. From 60 to 65, it is 3. So I would just work out where 65 is, and then I will draw here. So do excuse my drawing, it's a bit messy because I'm drawing on the screen. It's not perfect, but in your real test, you will have a ruler and pencil with you for you to draw it more neatly. So I will always suggest drawing it with a pencil just to make it a bit clearer. The next one is 5. So 5 from 65 to 70. Just going to draw it like that. Once again, the drawing is a bit messy, but you get the idea. and the next bit is 3.6 from 70 to 80. So that is 3.3456. So here we go. 3.6, and finally 1.2 from 80 to 100. So 1.2. Perfect. So that's pretty much a 4-part one. You have just drawn the histogram that they have given you in this table. So I hope you have noticed it already. The bars are of different width, which is completely normal for histograms. Histograms, you should expect it to have different width, because that's quite, kind of the characteristic of a histogram. And one of the facts you need to know about histograms is the area is equal to frequency. So the area of the histogram is its frequency. For example, if I take this bar, and I know the base is 20 and the height is 1.2, that will give me 24, which is the frequency. So always keep in mind that the area of the bar is the frequency. So just note it down. It's kind of self-explanatory with the equation, but it's very hard to notice. So I would suggest noting this down, as it's very important and would be very helpful for you in part B. So in part B, they asked you to work out an estimate for the number of cars with a speed of more than 85 kilometers per hour. I'm just going to use a different color to make it a bit easier to see. So 85 is somewhere along the lines of here. Here we go. So we have 85 here. So when they say number of, whenever you see a number of cars, number of people, number of oranges, number of chocolate, they're referring to the frequency of it. So they're referring to the frequency of car. And if you remember the fact we just learned, frequency is the area, which means the frequency of the cars with a speed of more than 85 kilometers per hour is the area of this red box, which is you have 15 times 1.2, which is the height, and that will give you 18 cars. Yeah. So the two main facts you need to know in histograms is the equation. You need to know what class width is, you need to know what frequency is, and then this part of area of the bar being the frequency. That's pretty much the most basic you need to know in histograms, and you're pretty much good to go in terms of histograms. But of course, every topic has that varied questions, or the easy kind or the medium type of question. So my advice for you would be to simply practice them. So what I will do is I'll shortly release another video about practice questions. So I'll be going through the rest of this worksheet. I just wanted to make a simple video about describing histograms for now. I don't want it too long of a video, so I will make another video, but I will also link this worksheet down below this video, so you look through the questions and see if you have any questions. If you have any questions, just comment below and I'll reply as soon as I can. Let me know how you find it, and always make sure to click the like button and the subscribe button. So thank you for listening in, and hope to see you in the next video with more worked examples. Thank you.